During the Second World War, soldiers were often stranded in harsh conditions, facing rain-soaked forests, frozen landscapes, and relentless storms. Staying warm, cooking food, or simply surviving the night depended on ingenuity. Today, we're exploring a little-known but remarkably effective technique known as the WWII razor blade trick, a method soldiers used to ignite fire under conditions that would have thwarted most survival efforts. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to After the Sirens and leave a comment below if you've ever tried a historical survival technique. This is not just a demonstration. It's a detailed exploration of wartime ingenuity that can inspire modern survival strategies. Soldiers in WWII faced extreme shortages and conditions that demanded creative solutions. Lighters were scarce, matches were unreliable in wet conditions, and open flames often drew enemy attention. Historical accounts reveal that razor blades, ordinary tools for personal grooming, became an essential survival aid. By combining a razor blade with available metal surfaces and sparks from flint or stone, soldiers could produce a controlled ignition even in pouring rain. This trick was more than convenience. It could mean life or death when trapped behind enemy lines or navigating stormy battlefields. The principle is deceptively simple. The steel of a razor blade, when struck correctly against a hard, rough metal surface, produces high-velocity sparks. The key was pairing it with fine tinder, materials such as dried grass, cotton threads, or even thin paper scavenged from packaging. Soldiers trained themselves to manipulate both the angle and force of the strike, understanding that even minor errors would extinguish their efforts. A razor blade alone is not enough. Soldiers knew to carry compact bundles of highly flammable tinder, often hidden inside their kits or sewn into clothing. This could include cotton wool treated with a small amount of petroleum jelly, paper scraps, or charred cloth remnants. The steel from the blade struck against a polished metal surface. A helmet rim, canteen lid, or bayonet produced sparks that could ignite the tinder instantly. The trick worked under conditions that would defeat matches or lighters. Rain, wind, or snow could drench ordinary tinder, but soldiers often pre-treated their bundles to resist moisture. Even a few sparks could start a flame if the tinder was prepared correctly. This really demonstrates the combination of resourcefulness and pre-planning, showing that survival was never just about luck. It was about preparation and knowledge. Modern survivalists and history enthusiasts can, replicate this safely for educational purposes. First, select a razor blade in good condition. Strike it against a sturdy, polished metal object at a steep angle to maximize spark creation. Second, prepare your tinder. Dried cotton or charred fibers work best. Third, control your environment. Even small protections from wind or rain can make the difference between success and failure. The key is repetition and observation, mirroring the soldiers' training methods to understand how different angles, surfaces, and strike strengths affect spark production. By practicing this technique, you not only learn an authentic historical survival skill, but you also gain a practical understanding of fire-starting physics, friction, spark velocity, and ignition temperature. It's honestly a hands-on lesson in both history and chemistry. Documents from the Second World War suggest that soldiers in the European theatre relied on razor blade sparks to light cooking fires and keep warm during extended forest operations. One memoir describes a unit trapped behind enemy lines during a rainstorm. With matches useless, a single razor blade and a carefully prepared tinder bundle allowed them to cook meagre rations, boil water for tea, and maintain morale. Another account from the Pacific Theatre highlights how this method preserved life during monsoon rains, underscoring the universality and ingenuity of the technique. Beyond historical curiosity, this trick teaches valuable lessons for modern survival preparedness. It emphasizes resourcefulness, adaptability, and knowledge of materials. Carrying a small steel object with suitable tinder can dramatically increase your chances in emergency situations, even today. The razor blade trick encourages learning to improvise with available tools and understanding the underlying science behind each action, just as soldiers did decades ago. By studying and practicing these wartime techniques, enthusiasts gain a deeper appreciation for the lived experiences of soldiers, and they develop practical survival skills that are directly applicable in outdoor or emergency situations. The Second World War razor blade trick is a remarkable example of human ingenuity under pressure. Soldiers turned simple tools into life-saving devices, and by understanding their methods we gain both historical insight and practical survival knowledge. If you found this guide valuable, do subscribe to After the Sirens and leave a comment sharing which historical survival technique you'd like us to explore next. Share this video with fellow history enthusiasts and survivalists, and let's keep these forgotten wartime skills alive for generations to come.